Hi, my name is Chef Dan Schifano. I was voted by my peers as the Area 31 Career Center Teacher of the Year. But as you might be figuring out, I am not your average teacher. So, last two chapters, what we talk about? Sausage and prosciutto, which is cured food. So we are going to be making sausages this week and curing food. More specifically, we're going to be doing bacon. So you can do other stuff besides pork. Pork is the easiest to approach for the first time. It also is the cheapest. Beef is a lot more expensive than pork, and being budget conscious, that's what we're gonna do. The majority of the sausages you guys consume are probably pork-based sausages anyways. Can anybody think of a beef-based one that they really consume on a regular basis, a sausage? Yes, a beef sausage, Jackson. There's one that a lot of people eat, hot dogs. All right, a lot of people like all beef hot dogs. So we've made hot dogs in the past. We may or may not make them later this year, but we're going to focus on pork-based sausages. So with that, on page 271, 270 in your book. Open up your book. 270. There is a plethora of sausage recipes in this book. And here's the cool thing about this book. Yes, you will get to pick your own, and it does not have to be from the book. But what I will say about the sausages from the book is that these recipes work, right? They have been tested multiple times, they have been used multiple times. I have made a majority of them. These recipes work. So if you want to make sure your sausage comes out well, right, you can either do one of a couple things. Use this recipe in the book and say, I'm going to make this verbatim, or use it as a roadmap, right? And what do I mean by use it as a roadmap?
Like an outline, but you can edit it.
So we talked about our grinder parts, right? And everything else. I've been sitting in an ice bath here all morning. What's this part called? The body.
How close?
Two bodies. What's this one?
The whirler.
Nope. The worm, thank you.
No,
Right?
the blade.
Blade. The timing of me teaching sausage and curing during this window of opportunity to present for Teacher of the Year was very serendipitous. In my packet, I talked a lot about teaching being a function of sharing past and history with students in order to prepare them for the future and give them the opportunities they want for their future. And sausage making and curing perfectly exemplifies that. Sausage making and curing is one of the first things we as a species really mastered in order to preserve food so that we would make it through winters and droughts and famines when we wouldn't readily have food available. So the idea of passing on this history, these processes, and giving them to students so they A, better understand where their food comes from, B, can appreciate it, and C, are then able to use these skills as they go out into the workforce is, for me, what the point of teaching is to pass that knowledge on. Furthermore, something like this really pushes and challenges our students. It makes them take that learning from the classroom, that non-hands-on portion, that lecture, the reading, all those other things we do, and apply it in the kitchen. If their seasoning isn't right, if their grinder parts aren't chilled, if they don't properly have the fat emulsified or even the right ratio of fat in their sausage, their product won't turn out. And if the sausage doesn't turn out, that in itself is a powerful learning experience. Sometimes letting our students fail in that controlled environment help them learn better than any textbook, any interactive learning activity in the classroom can. Having that experience of, especially in cooking, you cook something and it doesn't taste good or the texture isn't right, and then really diving into it and breaking down why did that happen is very, very powerful. And that is the power I have as a CTE instructor, is giving my students those opportunities to really explore this career and this craft with all of their senses. Big old prep list today. Most of this is gathering ingredients and equipment to go off-site for our event tomorrow. We have some food stuff. So maybe 7 to 8 of you should be working on this, maybe 10. The rest of us need to be gathering this. One of the amazing things about this program and what I'm able to do as a teacher in this setting is the different types of experiences we can give our students. We have our on-campus restaurant called Harvest that we run 3 days a week, but we also have a ton of additional catering. In this scene, we are preparing students to go off-site to a different event where we'll take a select few of them in order to cater luncheon for the Westside community leaders and our superintendent. And so doing things like this gets them into different work experiences and different environments and gets them more prepared and gives them a better, well-rounded experience. And that even leads us into this next segment here, where we help find our students placement and employment both during and after school with other chefs as well as alumni within our network.
My name is Megan Stoller. I am currently the executive chef at Modita.
My name is Logan Kuntz. I'm a current student at Area 31 underneath Chef Schifano. And I am currently working for Chef Megan here at Modita. I just started working here about a little over a month ago. I'm working as a prep cook, essentially. And
Instead of going, graduating high school and be like, oh, I think I want to be a chef and go to culinary school and have no background before that, it was definitely a step up, especially with all the extracurricular programs we do. It's just really helped me early on figure out that I did want to do this.
I agree with a lot of the things that she said. It was a big stepping stone for me. And if you would have told me 2-3 years ago that I was going to go into the culinary industry, I wouldn't have believed you. Honestly, it was a random decision I made at the beginning. I just kind of saw, I was looking at the Area 31 list of classes that you could take, and I saw culinary, and I thought it might be cool. And I took the step. I started in the program, and I ended up loving it, and I want to pursue culinary as a career now.
Being a leader, having those communication skills, leadership, as well as being able to work with people that are different than you.
I think a big one for me is organizational skills. I think before I started the program, I was never really great at organization. I mean, I never really cared about it too much, but after going through the program, I feel like now in my head, I create like step-by-step processes on how to maybe get me through the day a little easier, or maybe like create like an imaginary list in my head.
Prioritizing.
Yeah, prioritizing. Different.
It was just something to look forward to. It was something that was fun and something I was passionate about, that I always just looked forward to, and it made my last 2 years of like high school great.
I never really liked my homeschool that much, I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's never really much for me there. I mean, it was kind of just filler classes at the end of the day, and just classes to help me graduate. But
Yeah.
Area 31 was really an enjoyable experience for me because it helped me discover what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, hopefully.
Giving like honest feedback in a timely manner. I feel like you did that a lot within class, just like, if you saw something doing something wrong, you're going to tell us right then and there. You weren't going to wait and tell us later, because then
Yeah, I can back that statement. I mean, obviously with you, I mean, I'm still currently in your class, and I've experienced it with her as well. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. I mean, she's head chef. She's here to make sure her kitchen runs efficiently. And in order to be in that position, you have to tell people like when they're doing something wrong, and you have to tell them what to do instead. I mean, it's part of the head chef role.
For me, this is what teaching is about. Standing in a restaurant with a student that I had almost 10 years ago, that's one of the 50 best restaurants in Indianapolis, who's now running it, and also teaching and mentoring one of the students I currently have in my class. Seeing that culinary tradition and that culinary history being passed on and seeing how my teaching is going to influence both of their futures and help them achieve what they want in life. To me, that's why teaching is important.